Chapter 3, 2. The women say to the serpent, "You may eat a fruit from the tree in the garden." Women returned serpent's question. So it's the second part. You must not eat from any. So she returned it. You may. But God did say, you must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die. In here, the statement changed from you must not eat it, otherwise you should die, right? Right here is you must not touch it, or you will die. And she did return denied serpent's question. No, you gotta say something. So God really said, yes, God really said. Also, you must not eat from anything. Nope, you're wrong. It's correct. Also, I know where it is, in the middle of the garden somewhere, and I specified that's the fruit. So I knew, I have the knowledge. But she added her own seasoning, is you must not touch it. I don't know, that's the women's character of overprotecting, or she has her own understanding of the original statement. I highly doubt that Adam will tell her this way. Adam is engineer brain, so Adam will not change the statement. Just, nope, you can't eat. You eat, you die. But women, she give one layer before you eat it. Just don't touch it. If you not touch it, you can't eat it, right? So she's correct. But that's from her understanding. She give a overprotecting. So sometimes women is a protector. They're protecting the family, protecting their property, even like a stronger than men. That's from here. Or you will die. Then after that, she actually denied God's statement, you will surely die. She didn't repeat. She just, oh, you will die. So die at that moment is not a definitive concept, or not a very popular thing for people. So for those unknown, people only can say, oh, you will die, you might die, but they really don't know what it is, die. From the 1, 2, 3, we can see back that time, the language, the logic, it's a very, very vivid and very full of wisdom, actually, full of debate, full of should I say, it's really high level, very academically, really high level. I read some other books, right? It talk about during that time, back to 3000 BC, Sumer culture, people already talk about those kind of, if you cannot keep the time, then if you can live long, then let's keep the time. If you cannot keep the time, you're gonna die, then just pass it, whatever. And as men, if you feel good, then marry. Then if you cannot, if you sink deep, then you know what? Divorce. That's the Sumer culture. That's the Asian time. Back that time, people, they have a very high spiritual achievement. So it's nothing wrong. Women, she has that kind of thinking and in the talking, because people keep debate, people keep thinking about something, and they build up their own premises about the concept. They redefine the concept. And that's what I believe. Yeah, it's so amazing. Genesis 3:4. You will not surely die, the serpent said to the women. I love that part. You know what? He opened a wild, I would say, WWW. It's called Wild West. So basically, serpent just opened the possibility, a new world, a new selection to the women to think. Because that time, women talk about you cannot touch it or you will die, right? Then the serpent immediately go deeper. Then that means you may not die. You may not die. So basically, he point out the possibility for the die, the possibility, because he asked women to rethink about what is die, redefine the die. Die only has one result. Die is die. But he brought up something called eternal life. You may not die. If you not die, what means? Right? So the ways we talking about die, right now we talking about die is just like our body die, lost conscious, and nothing exists. But that time maybe people is more spiritually they have connected. So when they talk about you may not die, it means like you're not separate with God, or you still can exist in certain ways, like a God, like a ghost, like a demon, whatever. Just so the serpent opened a new possibility, kind of like a light, because die is total dark. And this moment, you may not die. What means you may not die? Means there is little lights over there. Our habit is we chasing the lights. We deadly chasing the lights in the dark. So that make women seriously think about the fruit and the relationship to may not die. Genesis 3:5. For God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like a God, knowing good and evil. The big hit is right here. Serpent made a conclusion. Actually, it's a leap, not for the result, it's for the motivation. Because the consequence is correct. After eat it, we were knowing good and evil like a God. Yes, it is indeed, because that's the fruit of good and evil. That's the wisdom fruit we call it. But the motivation of God doesn't want us to eat. At this moment, serpent, he raised a hypothesis, or he basically tell the women, for I know, or for I believe. Well, you can't. God didn't tell Adam and Eve why you can't. Only commitment, only order is you can't eat it. You eat it, you should die. That's it, right? But right here, firstly, you may not die, which means surely die is a what? A liar. A liar. Also, another thing is the fruit. The fact is, you will be smart. You will be getting the good and evil. That's the highest things. At that time, people will act like God, or will the difference between them, God and humans. So they bring up something unsatisfied or something called distrust. So God don't want us like him. It's jealous, or it's those called evil thoughts. I think evil thoughts. God is not that right, not that good. He has his own selfish. He wants to maintain his own power. He doesn't want any partner or something like him. Actually, I think back that time, probably the heavens, they do live in a good life, because in the summer culture they talk about those kind of royal, those kings, people, they have a gold, they have a silver, they have all good things. So I believe a lot of like a farmer, a lot of the peasant or slaves, they not living in a good condition. So I think just maybe that's the reason a seed of unsatisfied, a seed of a doubt, serpent plant in there. So they start to question the authority. That's the serpent wants the women to think. Also, right here, serpent just intentionally skip the consequence or the stage between us eat the fruit and to be like a God. So everything kind of like this. You eat the fruit of good evil, right? And then you gain the knowledge. But the knowledge is not instantly obtained. You need kind of like a yeast. You need a time to grow. You need a time to apply for it. But this time, the serpent just said, you are like a God. Yeah, you are knowing good and evil. But knowing good evil doesn't mean you like a God, because God has the capability to do something good or to use certain things like to stop evil, do evil, whatever. Just like God has a capability. We don't have. We knew, but we can't do it. That's the big difference. It takes time. It's kind of like you decompress the file. It takes what? It takes time to decompress, right? But serpent didn't say it. Serpent just said A to B. It didn't say 8.1, 8.2, 8.3 to 8. And then B. So serpent just jumping. At this moment, nothing wrong. Serpent just made such conclusion. And nothing wrong. Serpent raised a hypothesis. For God knows when you eat this. So it's just like, maybe because of God think this way, serpent just opened a new direction of the motivation. So serpent is like more crafted than any other animal is. Other animal may not twist or may not have so many tactics to approach to the target. But think about the snake. It can go left, right. It can go up and down. It curvely go moving forward. I think, is that possible? They describe the snake's movement, so they think that's a crafty way to approach the target. Sometimes I rather call it curved snake bomb. Curved snake bomb. Yeah, it's not like a curved sniper bomb. So sniper bullet, right? Sniper bullet just straight. But if a sniper bullet can use a curved method, that's so dangerous, right? Also, when this bullet, instead of a bomb, that's a huge damage what did to the target. So I think a serpent at this moment, he released a curved sniper bomb, and it bomb the target based on the women's character, its initial character, and bomb the motivation of God, bomb the possibility, the concept of die. So he totally destroyed the first command: you cannot eat. The day you eat, you surely will die. Some friend just left a message to say, serpent lie and tempting the women. Actually, I disagree that lie that parts, because you lie is like you deny the truth, but serpent is open the probability or question, tempting. I rather call it tempting, because serpent cannot lie or doesn't need to lie. The reason is all his actions is under the permission of heavens or partial of heavens, because God represents the heavens, right? And but his creation or what he did, some part of the heavens do not agree. So they send their representative serpent to break the will, because when God says something, it became the rule. So when you need to break the rule, is from the beginning of the object which the rule applied to. So the rule applied to the man and women, to the human. So that parts, they need the women or the man to break the rule. So this moment, they want them, the human, take initiative to do it. So humans has really high intelligence level, and Adam, he can name everything. Women, she has really complicated, like a logic, analytical skill. So two of them should put together should be a perfect creature. But the time they approach the women is when Adam not there. So only the women there. So there is an opportunity for them to break the rule. And at this moment, serpent cannot directly lie, say, no, it won't lead to die, because it will lead to die. So if he lies, women definitely knew it. The point is, you cannot lie, but I can keep not say, right? I keep none say. So he didn't say, he just is the possible. Whether he did it, just like there is a key right there. There is a probability right there. You want to do it, you want to see it, what's really in there. It actually release a no. Because the universe is not like everything we knew. Just like a God, just like heavens, they came from the faraway galaxy. Something they knew, something they don't know. Like in the computer, same thing, NPC, the more you know, the more you don't know. So at this moment, serpent just expanded the no section. So made it something, a no expanded also. That's serpent's strategy, instead of a direct lie. I saw the Bible merely see serpent or devil, whatever, only low level street demon will lie, because they have no power, only through the lie. But when serpent has the background is heavens, partially heavens, he think his position is kind of like a God. He doesn't need to. He just need the women challenge the God authority, God's power. Then the seal or the God's like a word will break. That's it. Again, let's back to the original statement. Check first. God told Adam, you must not eat it. Which, that moment, who is the target? Adam. Singular, right? You. Then, when serpent asked, did God really say you must not eat anything from the garden? What about that you? Is it Adam or the women? It didn't say it. But at this moment, could the serpent ask whether God told you? So did he lie? No, he didn't lie. He just confirmed whether God told you, women, whether you must not. But when this time women returned, serpent question, we may not, we may eat, which means women and the men. But that time, before women was created, God told Adam, you. So it didn't say God told them twice. It's, if God says something, gonna be in there, right? God repeatedly tell them, you. But it's just like God tell Adam, you. So at this moment, could it be Adam tell the women, hey, we. Because Adam that time used the word we. That makes sense. We cannot eat it. And for double security, don't even touch it. Don't even touch it. So that will make us not die. So women made a precaution, men made a precaution, and they expand the barrier, the security barrier, little bigger, because you don't touch it, you don't eat it. If you eat it, you have to touch it, right? So right here is we, which means, but when the serpent ask again, say it again, you will not surely die. Which means when he questioned the statement, actually questioned Adam, not questioned God. He questioned Adam, said, you, women, that means you may not die. Because we may die. We may die. But you may not die. It's all relationship. It's not end. It's not you and you, both of you will die. That's end the relationship. But it's all relationship. So it's a logic all. At this moment, he just play the logic and it's play the grammatic issue. And is there anything wrong about it? No, because when serpent talk, everything is under the heaven's surveillance. They watch him do it. And it's because it's an open test. In the high civilization, spiritual world, you can't lie because it will expose everything. Only thing you can do is you, like a craft, which means you twist, you open a new direction, you see more probability. Maybe people didn't think about it, right? That's a skill. That's a part of a skill. That's a part of his character. So that's make women think about the new way. Think about a new way. Because when serpent talk about you will not surely die, then serpent will question and say, okay, because God knew when you, which means not Adam, you, women. At this moment, he separates the relationship between God and the women instead of women and Adam. So I realize it's very complicated. Right here is from singular to plural, and the target change, and the question of motivation, and the shift to the open the new probability, and it logically just negate. So it was very, very complicated process. I believe serpent and the women, the story actually is a war, a special operation. And the whole thing we could like interpret this way. There is a disagreement between the heavens. So in the high civilization, they solve their issues, may not like us, use fist to fist to solve it. they solve the issue through agents, and through spiritually they gain their territory, gain their supporter or those, that kind of method. So I believe there is disagreement between the God and the heavens, because God is the agent or the representative of the heavens during that time. However, when he started the human creation, or should I say the women create, when he tried to create women, he shift away from the original interest. The heavens, they have the mutual agreement. So at this moment, heavens, some heavens partially, they start to rebel, or should I say, that's the story about Lucifer bring all the other demons, whatever. But I think it's probably they start to have a disagreement at the beginning. Then they did a research, deep research about the women's character, women's profile the women. And the conspiracy they use is through the languages, through the logic, through the human's mind, human's heart. So they send there like a agent, which is a serpent. But I believe a serpent that time is possessed. I think it's just because of based on women's like character, based on the common worship. The serpent is the most crafted animal, or people commonly agree. So they use this as a carrier to carry the whole message. And at the big women, since women is a helper, she's smart. So the strategy, the tactic they use is not strongly. They use actually a weaker position, a weaker position. Try to act dumb and ask questions, so make women happy and satisfy them. Mix the plural and the singular and the plural, and make women think it's a plural. Also, it bring up the women, take initiatively to question the God's will. So this shouldn't consider a lie. They shouldn't consider a lie. It's a crafty, really crafty. The words is really good. Because when you say lie, it's like it's a accusation. But no, that's the conspiracy. You can't say nothing about it. It just so the special operation, basically the tool, the weapon are languages, right? The method are logic. The target is women, and it's a spear fishing operation. What means spear fishing is basically, you have one target, you aim one target, and you just jam on it, and the fish is women, and that's typical spear fishing operation, yeah. And what else? Yeah, it's carefully designed. Think about it. There is no man was mentioned, so they want a woman be herself. The location, the time, and the person, and the method, and how they're gonna do it, why they're gonna do it. I solved the why they're gonna do it, because they want to shake from the women parts. So they shake from the question, then they shake from the bottom, everything. That's, I will decode that story. I'm gonna continue to 3, 5, 3, 6.